MotorWeek is made possible by TireRack.com, RockAuto.com, State Farm, and WeatherTech.
Now, I know none of you would do these things, but we see some pretty crazy stuff coming into the repair shops. One of the more typical ones is where the exhaust system has a leak, and the driver goes out and buys duct tape or some other type of tape and wraps it around the leaking part and expects it to stop the leak. Well, it may momentarily, but then remember, exhaust systems are hot. These things melt. Sometimes they catch on fire. Be lucky if you don't burn your car to the ground. What you could do for a leak is to go to an auto parts store and buy one of these temporary repair kits. They actually work temporarily. Another thing that we see on exhaust systems, the hangers that hold the exhaust system in place, they break. And people try all kinds of things, from coated wires to tie wraps to lamp cord and computer cables and electrical tape. You name it, all these things. Well, they all have coatings that can catch fire. They all make a horrible stink inside the car when they do catch fire. And again, you'd be lucky if you don't burn your car to the ground. What could you do? Well, you could use a coat hanger or mechanic's wire temporarily to get to a repair shop. All right, one we saw recently was where this guy hit something in the road, gouged a great big chunk of rubber out of the side of his tire. It was just hanging there by a thread. He asked us if we could fix it. We told him no, he needed a new tire. Well, he apparently had seen some commercial that said there was a glue out there that would hold anything, including support an elephant for 6 months or some such thing. Anyway, he goes, he buys some of this stuff, he comes back, he puts it down into this gash in the side of the tire, holds this flap of rubber in place until it dried, and said, I fixed it. He put air in the tire, he headed off, made it about a block, and the tire self-destructed. You don't glue tires back together, folks. It doesn't work. All right, here's one we see on the internet. It tells you that keep a pair of pantyhose in the trunk of the car. And if your fan belt, or as we call them, drive belts, if it fails, you can twist the pantyhose, you can wrap it around the pulleys and so on, and you have a temporary belt. Well, don't bet on it. Don't feel secure just because you got a pair of pantyhose in the trunk. Well, they don't work. This is bogus 100%. What's the best thing to do in an emergency? Well, the best thing to do is to have a fully charged cell phone in the car and call for roadside assistance. And if you have a question or comment, drop me a line right here at MotorWeek.